What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Uh, it's Feminem. Today we're going to be going over raid. I'll go over each of the raid bosses, which there are four raid bosses, and I'll let y'all know as a free-to-play player, which heroes are the best options for y'all. I'll go over Nat fours, but like I said, I want this to be a free-to-play guide, so a lot of the free-to-play players ain't gonna have the Nat fours that I have. And some of y'all have out there. If you know those nat fours that you have are good for that or that raid, then use them. But right now we're gonna go over free to play and just get this thing started. All right. So we're gonna go over the Kraken. This guy's really good. I mean, not really good. This guy's really easy to beat. Same thing with the Earth, dude. Really easy to beat. Uh, as I go through this guide, I'm gonna focus mainly on the Kraken and the Earth guy, and reasons why I'm gonna focus mainly on those guys is because I feel that Havoc and the Dragon are in the game raids. Yeah, I can probably push up to probably like six or seven, maybe. But after that, it's gonna be very hard for y'all to fight those guys or beat those guys without specific raid composition teams because they're really hard. Havoc being the hardest right now in the game. And Dragon's more of a so is a DPS race. He puts more so of a DPS race. And we'll go more a little bit more over them as we go through. But let's start off with the Kraken. This guy has a two tentacles, and what they do is they'll pull your back line all the way to the front, and he has a knockback, which will knock your guys back some. So when you're attacking when you're attacking him, you're gonna kill his two tentacles first, and then y'all go on him. And what this guy does every time he drops below 70%, he has a heal that will heal y'all. I will heal himself for 2.5% of his max HP every second for 8 seconds, and it goes off a lot. Every 6 seconds, guys. It goes off every 6 seconds. Um, my team doesn't have a heal block. I'm making a guy which I'm gonna highly suggest for y'all to use as a free to play player to get. But right now, my guys just kind of muscle through it. Honestly, I'll show y'all a raid 9 run in a bit. But yeah, you need a heal block to block this heal, or your child is gonna be there all day, run out of time. He has a lot of magic power. He has a lot of magic power, uh, damage, damage. Like his main output is magic damage, pretty much. I mean, pretty much just debuffs. Just magic. He does magic damage, and he's pretty much debuffs your team. Um, that's why I say this guy is pretty easy as long as you have a heal block. Um, I would highly suggest use Zimmer as your tank if he's a free to play player. He's a free to play hero. Fuse him as fast as you can. Jenna right here is a free to play hero as well. Nat 4. You can get her through fusing as well. Uh, Amazing on the Kraken, guys. You're gonna if you're free to play, fuse her. You're gonna need her. Um, as for healers and support, I'll show you the main hero that I was going over these books, trying to find, damn, I who cleanses, who heals, who buffs. That is free to play. That everybody can use and farm. And the best one that I found right here. She looks like nothing. Even besides she looks like nothing. But guys, she is good for free to play. She has a heal, increases your physical defense. She removes one harmful effect which will come into play in the next boss we're gonna go over. She also does a magic defense buff. Uh, she'll put the enemy to sleep. When you're clearing. She does a recovers the HP of an ally by 100% of magic power with a 20% chance. Every time she attacks, she has a chance to heal one of your guys, and she just has a magic power increase by 20%, which is good for this heal right here. But this one right here, guys, is going to be if as a free to play player, your best support. Unless you went you listen to me in my guide that I push out that I put out. You know, when you had your choice to pick the four and that one of those four nat fours, if you picked Carmen, Carmen will probably be a good free to play player too. But I don't believe Carmen doesn't have a cleanse. So when I'll show y'all what y'all need to cleanse for in a bit. But yeah, right here, your support. This is your support. Probably not your main healer, but this is your support right here that you're gonna need. You know that gives you buffs, cleanses, best support for a free to play player. That's your best healer for a free to play player. Is this one right here, the Helen. Helen. And she does amazing healing. Her heal is strong. She has I believe she puts a shield on as well. She removes a beneficial effect from the enemy. Okay, so she protects the lowest HP player with the shield that absorbs magic power. Good. Recovers all allies by 200% of her healing. Or 200% of her magic power, I'm sorry. And she has another heal that heals all of them. Okay, so that's just. But yeah, right here, free to play player. Best main healer that you're gonna need. If you have the Nat 5, Divana, yeah, obviously she's gonna be better than this one here. But if you don't, right here, free to play player that you're gonna need for both the Kraken and the Earth guy, right here, use her. She's great. She's easy to acquire, through heroic dungeons. Which, if you know what heroic dungeons are, you can get them through scenarios. You can get them through raids. I think those are the only two places you can get them. Just if somebody has her, just shoot them, message in chat, tell them to add you. Farm for her real quick, and you even get her free through the event that we're having. You should have her already. Honestly, you should have her. You're pretty much getting her for free. Um, yeah, so I would suggest those two would be the best ones, and that's another one. I think she's on Earth too. Yeah, her. She has a increases your physical defense. She doesn't have a cleanse though. She does a heal. She transforms somebody into a squirrel. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, you can use her too as a support. You know, but I would suggest use the Earth Elemental as your main support, and then Helen as your main healer. Those two. Um, if you don't have a Zimmer yet for a tank, pretty much any tank with elemental advantage over those raid bosses should work fine. DPS, like I said, Jenna will work great in both of those bosses, both of the Earth guy and the Water guy, as well as this guy right here, guys. You can farm this guy. He's free. Just take some time to get him. Just do your arenas, climb the ladder a bit, farm for this guy. But this guy worked great in Kraken, because he has a heal block on there that's important for y'all. I'll show y'all what I mean. I'll do a raid. I only could auto raid 9 right now on that. But and I'll show this guy. It's really been take a little bit of time to get this guy, but I would highly suggest to get this guy here, and then if you have time, get Misty. You're gonna need Misty anyways for a Zimmer, so your priorities are probably Misty and then him. Again, like I said, it's gonna take some time to get him, but it's not impossible. Y'all be able to get them. Uh, it take 5 weeks to get them. Whatever. During that time, if you get lucky and you happen to pull a Shara or happen to pull Misty or that Lampus Priest guy has a cleanse, which is really good. If you happen to pull any of those guys, use those guys as your support, but I would still use Helen as your main healer. But this guy's gonna be great for both the Kraken and the Earth guy. I think he'll be good in the Earth guy. I have to look at the Earth guy skill set, which I can't right now because it's not his day. But I don't think he has high physical. I don't think he has magic defense. The Earth dude, if I'm correct, I'm not too sure. But yeah, mainly on the Kraken, but he should work fine on the Earth guy as well. All right, so let's talk. We're talking about the Earth guy. Let's we'll see. You are probably wondering who the Earth guy is. This guy here, this Earth guy, and what he does is he has a lot of HP. I think he has pretty. I'm almost positive he has magic defense. Almost positive he does. He has dots that he put on you. He does a knock up or a knock back. I can't remember too sure. I would wish I can look at his skill set right here. Help a lot. But I think he has for sure he has either knockback or a knock up. And then he has what he does is he'll shoot a beam, and what the beam does is he'll install two bombs. I know it's two bombs either rated 8 and above. I don't know if it's one bomb 7 and below. For sure it's two bombs on you, and that's what that cleanse is for. The earth elemental does a cleanse, so it'll cleanse those bombs off of you, or at least one bomb off of you, and that will mitigate a lot of the damage output that he's put in. And most of his damage comes from that beam and those bombs. Once you survive through that, and you'll be able to farm this guy pretty easily. Geno works great on this guy. You know, works great on him. I even use Zimmer on this guy as well, on this Earth guy as well. Even though Zimmer's at a elemental disadvantage, I still use him. I use pretty much Zimmer on all these raid bosses, just to let y'all know. Uh, let's see who else. You can use. Trying to think here. Most of this, ones you can use are almost pretty much going to be your Nat 4. Wrong thing. Your Nat 4s. There's hardly a Nat 3s, but what I would suggest is for Nat 3s, if you don't have these Nat 4s that do percentage based HP, is your second best thing you want to shoot for is damage over time. Continuous damage. And a lot of these guys, most of these guys, I think like this one has. Oh, what the hell? No, go back. Fuck you, man. Let's see if she has one. Okay, so she has some damage over time. Continuous damage stuff that ignores their defense. So the second thing you want to do is if you don't have these a second DPS for the Kraken. So you don't have a second DPS for a Kraken or a second DPS for the Earth guy. The second thing you want to look for is what has the most damage over time, auto skills and active skills on them. What mob has the most? And I didn't go through all those. I'm sorry, I didn't go through those guys. I was mainly going through what does percentage based HP. But there are quite a few, 3 stars out there. If you find them, please leave them in the comments for other people to know, other people to see. But we can quickly go through and see which one has the best, I guess. Oh, this one's good right here. Oh, looked interesting. Let's see what this guy has. See a lot of people pick her. I think she has any damage over time. Yeah, she's not going damage over time. No, unless she puts out some high amount of damage. Now this guy seems pretty good. Right here, look. This guy would be good. Does a bleed, and then this auto skill here ignores physical defense. And he has accuracy, increase accuracy when 5-star. This guy right here can be good on the Kraken. That one could be good on Kraken. If you want to find both at one, there's for both of them. You have to go through here. I think Nina's pretty good. I like Nina because she increases attack power if you have any and attack speed on herself. One of the few buffers in the game. I was saying, you have too much. Your options ain't that that broad to pick from. So just go through. Even if you, I'm pretty sure some of these nat twos have like damage over time stuff on them. I would suggest just pick. If you have, I'm sure you haven't. You have to have gotten lucky or something that had a nat four. You can for your second DPS. I don't think it matters too much. As long as if it doesn't matter too much on the Earth guy. On the Kraken it does because the Kraken you need a heal block. So farm that nat four in arena. This guy farm this guy free to play. You can get him. We're in the Kraken. As for the Earth guy, I would use just anybody that's an elemental advantage over him. You can use a fire guy. You can use another Earth guy. I know there's a lot of fire guys that do damage over time. Just whatever you think will best fit in your team. I'm just trying to build you at least a four-man team, and you have to pick your fifth. For ruins, we'll go for ruins. For ruins, for my healer, my support, I use in all my teams I use these two guys. But just act like this is Helena. Um, you want to ruin her speed and torrent, HP, mine's magic power. You can go evasion or attack speed, or you can go if you want more physical defense or magic defense. You can put that in there. Totally up to you. However you want to run your guys. And HP. And the reason I ruined it, speed and torrent, is because I want the most energy output as possible. I want to be able to use my active as many times as possible. With this guy, I'm able to use my active as many times as possible because he reduces the cooldown time by 3 seconds of their active. So I ruined his guy, evasion torrent. The reason I did this because he would die a lot, so I had to give him more survivability. So for when you're raiding, I would ruin your DPS, and I'll show you more so for survivability rather than damage. You want to be able to survive and not put out all this damage. You'll be able to put out all this damage and you're gonna die like halfway through. And what I did was HP, magic power, put evasion down here and HP. Because like I said, his guy was he was dying a lot, and I needed him to survive. And this is my DPS. I use her and mainly I use her in Kraken and in the Earth guy. She's gonna be our main DPS as a free to play player right here. She's easy to get, easy to acquire. Get her. She's gonna be your main DPS for your raid for the Earth guy and the Kraken. And I ruined her evasion and life because man, like I said, she was dying a lot too. I had to ruin like damage, and then I realized like no, her damage, all her damage output comes from this skill right here. 10% of the enemy's HP. Oh, that's where her damage comes from, not from pure strength. Damage comes from the boss's HP. So she doesn't need a lot of attack power. And I ruined her crit, attack, evasion, and HP. If you're having problems keeping her alive, you can go HP, evasion, and physical damage, or physical defense right here. Totally up to you, but this is how I ruined her and why I ruined her that way. Because I wanted her to ruin her to survive. Um, and if y'all do get this guy, I haven't 6-starred him yet. I'm going to. I ruined this guy speed torrent because I want him to be able to use his auto and passives as much as possible. Because this one is the skill cooldown will be decreased by 1 whenever he has a chance to hit with his basics. Every time he just hits, he has a chance to push the cooldowns down to these ones. And this one right here has the skill that we want to keep on the Kraken all the time. So I want him to be able to go as much time as fast as possible to keep that up. And this does right here does a damage over time effect, like I was telling you, damage over time. He'll work great on the Kraken as well. I mean, he'll work great on the Earth guy as well. For damage over time. Your main damage is gonna come from Jenna, but this guy can still put in work on him. He has a increased crit rate, and he has a pretty strong active, towards damage wise. Solid guy, you can get him, through arena. I highly suggest you get him through arena. And this is how I ruined him. Ruined him attack, attack speed, and crit. If y'all having problems surviving, like I said, go HP. You can stay attack. You go evasion, and you can go HP. That's for the survival for survivability purposes. That's how you can ruin your raid guys. The other raid guy I use is her, Shiho. She's pretty awesome. I like her a lot. She got buffed a lot in the patch. She does. I think this spell here does can leave three dots, on the boss every time she crits. Really good. Zimmer, I just left them all life. This guy here, I need to re-ruin him because he dies a lot. I'm re-ruin him just towards survival, just like the other guys. And you really want to use him for this skill here. All right. And like I said, look at these guys' ruins. Speed torrent. If you're having trouble getting speed torrent, guys, you look in the shop for 3-star ruins. Start with 3-star ruins. Work yourself up. You don't have to go straight into raid 8 and raid 9 and 10. I'm struggling on trying to even beat 10. You know, start with 7. 6, 7. And get those 4-star ruins, and build those up, guys, and then work your way. Just keep working your way up the ladder. And you gotta start. You gotta start somewhere. So find as furthest up you can get. Work there. Farm there, and then just work yourself up one level at a time, guys. One level at a time. Just keep working. It's gonna take a little bit, but it pays off. It pays off in the long run. Alright, let's go back over here. Alright, let's go. Let's talk about the. Damn it. Okay, so this guy drops, crit ruins, patient ruins, vampire, and torrent ruins. So great. He also drops, all this stuff right here. Uh, you know, highly suggested free to play players, like I was saying, farm Kraken and the Earth guy first before you move on to two fire guys. They are the hardest in the games right now. Like I said, this guy, he has a beam that pretty much is his whole damage, and that which installs a couple of bombs on you. Highly important that you need to cleanse, which is the Earth Elemental is probably your best option for free to play to cleanse with. Jenna would be your good DPS, and you can put in any other elemental advantage DPS to fit in there. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be a 4-star or a 5-star, whatever. As long as she puts in I would say a physical damage dealer, because that Earth guy has a high magic defense anyways. So put in somebody that's gonna put in work in a melee range. Uh, so let's go over real quick the guys that I would suggest y'all to use free to play. Earth Elemental right here, best support for a free to play player. Cleanses, heals, gives you a couple buffs. Great one to use. Use her. Main healer to use. Helena right here. Or Helen, sorry. Helen right here. Use her. Strong healer. Strong healer. Like I said, I use mine, so I got my Divana. Then I just fathered mine to 6-star her. But I am going to make a free to play raid team for y'all, so y'all can see. So y'all can see me in action with that free to play team, instead of just talking about it. It's a little different. Just talking about it. But I'll make one just to show y'all. I won't probably 6-star them all. I'll probably 5-star them and then do 7 or 6, just to show y'all. Just to show free to play. Y'all can have y'all can go up there too. Y'all can compete up there. in those raids. But main healer, support right there, and then Jenna should be your main damage dealer right here, free to play main damage dealer. You can use her too as a support if you happen to have you know this guy. This guy is great too if you happen to have this guy. Um, Other free to play player right here, this guy. Use this guy too. You can use him. Use him for both. He's free to play. You can acquire him. Use him, and then that's should be it for those two raids. I'll slide and I'll quickly go over Havoc and this guy. I have cleared 10, but I had to like manual it. All right, this guy. Okay, so this guy debuffs. He debuffs attack speed and attack power. He has a high physical defense. He increases himself with attack power and attack speed, which is really annoying. He has a pushback, and he has a stun, and then he has a knockup. This guy is really annoying. I was able to farm 10 on auto before the patch. I think they buffed him or something. Yeah, I'd have buffed him. But I was hitting this guy for like 20k with Toron, and after the patch, it's just like I just get destroyed. I can only have a chance to even use my spells, my active spells. It's insane. I have to like manual hit now. And I only can probably manual like 8 or 9. 10 is just like crazy. But yeah, this guy is the hardest in the game right now. Free to play player, you're probably not gonna want to. You can probably go as high as you can just to farm those ruins that you need. But other than that, leave him alone until you acquire. You start farming. 9 and 10 of the earth. The earth dude and the water dude. This guy's gonna be extremely in game. Don't even try to or attempt to to get this guy. You can or beat this guy. You can try, but like I said, try to avoid him as much as possible. Um, I'm not even gonna go over team concepts for this guy. I'll probably push another video out to go over team concepts for this guy in probably about a month when everybody's kind of caught up and farming, the earth and the water guy, and they're starting to get all those ruins they need. Then I'll build up team concepts for this guy. But yeah, that guy is really hard, and I'll talk over the dragon. Dragon he has low HP and low defense, but this guy he has low HP and low defense. But the problem with this guy is he hits really hard. He hits really. The way I find this guy to be, he's kind of like a DPS race. You know, I try to get guys to do like high amount of burst damage. Like I don't even think percent based HP guys work well with this guy because his HP is already so low. But if you have like somebody like that does a good amount of burst damage, you can just hit really hard. Throw them in there. I'm still trying to. I can probably do 10 on manual with certain guys. But as soon as he kills one of your guys, his like cooldowns are pretty much already low, so they like reset, I believe, and he just like does it all over again. So as soon as one guy dies, it's pretty much like a chain reaction. All your guys are gonna end up dying. I would highly suggest to use either fire guys or water guys. Don't even try to attempt to throw an earth person in there because you're just gonna get annihilated like really fast. Even my two guys, my healer, my main healer and support are both earth, and they and they die really fast on this guy. So I'm gonna have to eventually end up using either fire healer, some kind of fire healer, or the water. Most likely gonna be Helen as a main healer for this guy, and then to find another support, for him. I'll try to use Alshara, see how long he survives. But yeah, this guys, try to this guy, both fire guys are in game. I would compare them to if you played Summoner's War. The Kraken and the Earth guy are pretty much giants, and the two fire guys are pretty much dragons and necro. For in-game guys. So farm your ruins first on the Kraken and the Earth guy, the Earth dude, until you get what you want. Until you're decently farming enough ruins, until all your guys are decently ruined, then you can start working on these other two. And I'll put out another video specifically on these two right here for y'all. But I'm gonna give y'all some time to build up those ruins. Get your guys leveled up. Clear 9 and clear 10. On auto. And I believe there's a bug out there on auto as well that like every time that my guy would like use an active, it just like doesn't do anything, and it lose all that energy. So right now it's even hard right as it is right now to even try to auto on anything, because my guys would just sometimes we use an active and he'll stop and they'll lose all that energy they acquired and have to build it all up again. So I don't know what the hell, if it's a bug, if it's just me, I have no idea. I'll run a 9 for y'all real quick. I don't have a heal block, so he's gonna heal, and I'll show you how much that healing does. Like my guys kind of just muscle through it, But if you have a heal blocker, it'll be a lot more easier for you. That's why I said get the arena guy, the arena range. I don't know if it's a girl or a guy. A lot of people say it's a girl, but get that one, and that one would pretty much work on both Kraken and the Earth raid boss. Um, as I make more of these videos, I'm gonna tell you a little about myself. Um, I'm 29 and I'm in the active duty army. So the next few weeks I'm gonna be in training to pretty much to the end of this month. This is gonna be non-stop training. I'll try to push out another video for y'all on in-game PvP and global. I've seen some in-game PvP on like Asia server that I was looking at, and they look like they're pushovers. Honestly, I think global is way harder. Meta and stuff like that. But I'll go over, in the arena, composition or teams, when to sub, who to sub out, who to use against specific mobs, where to position your guys, because it's important on where you position your guys, and I'll tell you why in those videos. Because a lot of guys focus on certain back row people, and I've tested it several times, and then they always constantly hit this certain back row person. So I'll tell you, where to put those guys. Um, and I'll just go over, you know, in game arena with y'all, with my guys, what I do, what guys are good, what guys are good for arena, and stuff like that. Just ask, we'll have fun, going over the arena. It'll be a fun thing, and I'll make some new teams too, because I'm level 6 star and a couple more guys. We'll make some, have some fun with it. But if there's anything y'all want to see, y'all want me to go through with y'all, please leave it in the comments. If there's anything that I need to work, that you feel I need to work on, please leave it in the comments. I don't take anything to heart, man. You know, and tell me like, hey, man, you need to work on, your speech a little bit better, or you need to work on talking more clear. I'll try that. I'm not gonna take it and say, fuck you or whatever. It's all good. You know what I mean? I'm here to learn. I'm here to learn, develop my video skills. This is only my third video that I'm gonna be putting out, so I'm still learning too. Never thought that I'd be putting out videos, but this game is new, so I figured, why not? I'm sure there's a lot of people who are free to play. I'm not free to play, but there's a lot of people who are free to play and want to see, you know, what what stuff is the best for a free to play player and will help them progress to the game, for free. There's a heal right there that I was saying. See how much he heals for? He heals for a lot, but my guys are just kind of muscle through it right now. Look at that, and the guys are beasts. Uh, but yeah, let's see. Jenna is doing a lot of work. If you had Jenna, you'll be that's what your Jenna would be doing, put on a lot of work. And your second guy that you had, if which feels like a ranging guy, would be doing a heal block, which will prevent all that right there, all that damage that you're seeing, all that healing. I mean that you're seeing. That heal will prevent all that. So that person, he would have pretty much already be dead if I had a heal blocker. Yeah, he'll already be dead if I had a heal blocker. Uh, and if I said you see all those damage over time, if right there, all those damage over time as well put in work. So if you don't have a second DPS that doesn't have a percentage heal or percentage based damage, from the enemy. Find somebody that has damage over time, and put them in there because that damage over time does work. It does work on the boss. But hold on, this damn load screen takes forever. The only bad thing about this is this load screen. I don't know if it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Uh, but yeah, like Jenna right there, free to play crafter. Just takes these guys who are drop. This guy drops off a scenario, and these guys heroic dungeons, and this guy drops off of a scenario as well, I believe, somewhere in the scenario. I'm pretty sure, or if not, you can buy them in the shop or try to summon them over here. Uh, Free to play player, not free to play a hero. Use them. Uh, yeah, so this is gonna conclude my video. Please leave a like, drop a comment, let me know what y'all want to see, what I need to improve on. Um, Subscribe, so you can see my videos that are coming up. Uh, yeah, guys. Let me know if you liked it, guys. All right. I'll talk to y'all later, man. Peace.